Hi everyone. Welcome back to Mentoring and Coaching with MCorp. In today's episode, we look at financial projections. You will recall in the previous episode, we looked at financial statements and how to develop the income statement for our imaginary business, ABC Clothing. You would recall at the end of the session, the business wasn't really feasible and it needed some funding in order to grow and expand to make the business feasible. In this episode, we look at what is required in the business plan in terms of financials. If you want to apply for funding, be it grant funding or loan funding, you need to show the funders how that funding is going to help grow the business. So you will need to do projections to show how that funding is going to help the business to grow and develop. How many jobs are created? How will your profit look after 5 years? Will the business be profitable? So in this episode, I'm going to show you how to do financial projections. So we take the case study, ABC Clothing, where dresses were made for 350 Rand, which was the selling price, and it cost 100 Rand to make it. So I've already pre-populated this financial form just to make the process easy to explain. So you'd remember the gross profit was 250 Rand and the gross profit margin was 71%. You would recall in the previous episode that the initial selling price was 300, but we increased it to 350 because the business wasn't really making a profit. They were barely breaking even. Now we're going to say in our assumption that by applying for funding and employing more people, we can now make 12 dresses a day. So the 3 people will now sew 4 dresses. So we have 12 dresses per day. And if you look at the month, it would be 240 dresses a month. This is what the business will now be able to manufacture if it is able to buy the proper equipment that is needed and perhaps get more space and to employ more people. Right? So in the assumption tabs, we make assumptions about the forecasting. So we look at the increases. So increase in sales prices. We have to look at the increase in expenses. We have to look at the increase in production and the increase in salary. Right? Then we look at the salaries and the salary forecast. So we say we have the owner will earn 10,000 Rand a month and then maybe 3 people that will sew the dresses. So we're estimating 5,000 per month per person. And then a marketing admin or bookkeeping person, another 5,000. So we assume that the salaries in the first year per month is 30,000 Rand. And then similarly, the forecast just looks at the initial salary times the percentage increase that you would give per year. Then we look at the assumption production per year. So we say in the first year, if we say we're going to make 240 dresses per month, then for 12 months we will make 2,880 dresses. And then the next year now, remember we're doing projections, so we have to increase it for projection of say 10%. So we're saying the increase in production every year is going to be 10%. You can make it whatever you want to, right? These are assumptions. So similarly, each year there's a 10% increase in production of dresses. Then now we look at sales and cost of sales. So the turnover for the first year will then be the number of dresses that are made times the selling price. And similarly, the cost of sales would be the number of dresses made times the cost price. These values you will recall from the previous episode then gets carried over to the income statement. So you can see it's 1,288,000. Just to double check, the 1 million and the 288, right? So this is the projection now for the first year of operations once you get your funding. Now, if we go back to funding, we're not sure what the business would require. So we'd actually have to go out on quotations to get the actual amounts of what is needed. But we assume, just say that we're going to ask for loan funding of 60,000 Rand for the sewing machines and the tables and the tools, And then we're going to ask for grant funding to get some marketing materials and maybe operating expenses. So we're asking for a loan funding of 60,000 Rand, right? And that 60,000 Rand will be shown here later on. Of course, we have to go to our expenses. I've carried over these expenses from the previous spreadsheet per month, which was 31,400, and then I multiplied it by 12. Okay, but now remember, the salaries are not going to be the same. In the previous episode, we assumed a salary of 20,000. Now we've calculated new salaries for the additional people that we are going to appoint. And that salaries was 30,000. Right? And similarly, so it's going to be 12 times 30,000. These assumptions are just the salary increase. Alternatively, we could do this. We could say it's equal to, as it's already calculated here, that times 12. Try dragging it across. Okay. So here you now see the total expenses for the next 5 years. Right? So we've got the gross profit, we've got your expenses. You can now calculate your net profit, which is the gross profit minus the expenses. Right? You see here, that's your gross profit. Then interest. Interest is the amount payable on the loan. So if you go here on this spreadsheet, if you input the loan of 60,000 payable over 5 years at a interest rate of 6% or whatever it is, it will show you the payments for the interest and your payment. So the interest payments are calculated here, and it's shown here. So this is the interest. Then there's depreciation, because you're buying equipment. That equipment must be depreciated over the 5 years. And then there's tax that needs to be paid, right? Then you get your net profit. So this is net profit EBITDA. So it's net profit before earnings, interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization. After you take out the interest and the tax and the depreciation, you get your actual net profit, right? And then we look at your gross profit margin, which is your gross profit divided by your revenue, right? And that's still at 71%. Then your net profit margin is your net profit divided by your revenue. So you can see the net profit EBITDA is around 22.1% in the first year. And then after the tax and the depreciation and the interest, it's 16.7% in year one. And it increases slightly. Okay, so that's not too bad. Remember, we said a net profit should be around 20%. So you could still play around with these figures to get it up to 20%. And that could be by increasing the selling price like we did the last time. Right? And then your break even, you will recall, is your expenses divided by the gross profit, right? So the break even in year one is 2,000 dresses per year, which is about 167 dresses per month. And remember, we said we're making 240 dresses per month. So this break even just shows to the business owner that, hey, if you're making less than 167 dresses per month, you're going to be in some financial trouble. So just try and keep to your targets every week in terms of making the dresses, because I mean, anything can happen to a business. Sometimes, you could see with the load shedding, business may not be able to operate for days. So anything could happen. I mean, employees could get sick. So it's up to the business owner to look at these targets and see how to catch up if necessary. Right? So this is how the 5-year income statement is calculated. You will notice there's some writing that's in blue. All the writing that is in blue actually goes into the business plan document. Right? So it will show this net profit. Right? Then we got the funding. Remember, you need quotations for this. The loan payment. Right? Then we go to the financial plan form, the financial statements. So this automatically creates the financial statements. Right? So you will see here is the income statement, and it's much more detailed. I just want to go to the cash flow statement. So you will need 5-year projected cash flow statement. So I attended a training a few years ago on a business plan. It was a 5-day training where they actually showed us in detail how to develop business plans and how to develop the financials. And we were fortunate enough to get this template that actually calculates all this information automatically. So here you'll see the cash flow statement, which is also required by funders. The cash flow, you'll recall in episode 3, where I discussed the differences between income statement, cash flow, and the balance sheet. And then, of course, it does the balance sheet as well. You'll see in the cash flow statement, the loan is reflected there, and it's not in the income statement. Okay, there's your profit and loss, your income statement projections as well, which you've already covered. And then it does the balance sheet for you also. And the assets must equal to the liabilities and what is owned to the owner, the owner's equity. So whatever the company has in terms of assets, you must be able to pay your liabilities, people you owe money to, and the owner's equity, what the owner has put in or what is owed to the owner. Okay, so there you have it. That's the 5-year projections that's required for your business plan. Okay, and that's it for financials. I hope that you have found this information useful and you will be able to use it to manage the financials of your business and perhaps develop a business plan to apply for funding. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. My details are at the end. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Till next time. Bye-bye.